son-in-law, and I really,
Well, I like it.
yeah, I'm really happy about the roast turkey, because if you had roast turkey, it might be the biggest roast turkey that you've ever had, right? But I want to talk from the beginning. You know me for how long? Too long? That's too long. That's too long. Anyway, 7 years, you know, I'm trying to think of how Don Rickles does it and how, what's his name? Red Buttons does it on the Dean Martin roast, but I'll do my own. The last person I roasted was Pastor Sam. You know, so you're in good company, right? So that means you'll probably be a pastor someday. Yeah, so I miss you too. All right, so let's begin. Let's begin how I met this man. I saw this big, like burly guy in Good Shepherd jumping up and down, dancing in the spirit. And Debbie goes, look at that guy. Look at that guy. Maybe that guy could be that. They go, no way. That guy's too big. And then when I saw him combing his hair on his back, I said, no way. This guy is too hairy. He had hair coming out of his back, out of the short sleeve shirt, he had hair coming out of here. So I was saying, this man is just too hairy. Right?
Mom, hand me my water.
Okay, so that's okay. We'll see what happens. So I don't know how you guys met. He went to some fellowships and all that stuff. Well, yeah, I'll have to talk to him. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, so all of a sudden they were an item in the Good Shepherd. They were going to fellowship together. Of course, Debbie was driving her car and meeting him at the places. They've never gone out together, you know. So then he comes over to my house and says he said he wanted to take her out, but she told him, I have to ask my daddy if I can go out with you. You gotta talk to my dad. He goes, what for? I talked to him. What for? You know? So he came over, he says, you know, I put him on the spot. I go, so hey, so you wanna go out with my daughter? I go, yeah, I want to go out with your daughter. And then I go, okay, so how's your spiritual life? What do you mean? He says, well, how long did you get a Christian? He goes, how long? You been 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years, okay? Little did I know that was negative. Okay. But anyway, so I said, what do you mean? Well, no, how's your spiritual life? He goes, well, I've been saved for 3 years now. I go, that's great. So, and you in the Bible? How you in the Bible get along? That's the only problem. I don't read the Bible that much. I know I do. But yeah, but I work alone, son. Anyway. So anyway, so he tells me. Who's doing the roast? What?
You don't work?
That's what you want to do, baby? He's like me, anyways. Hanging around me too much. So he tells me, I don't, that's the one thing that I don't really do. I don't read the Bible. So you've been a Christian for 3 years. Yeah. And he goes, I've been a Christian for 3 years, but you don't read the Bible. He goes, yeah, well, you might go out with my daughter. So he thought that I was the father from Mars. Stop it. Anyway, so he was telling me that, I said, well, I'm going to go with my daughter, you can't take her out. You start reading the Bible. So right away, him and I had a connection. I didn't trust him, he didn't trust me. Because I wasn't going to trust anybody with my daughter that doesn't read the Bible. My daughter was raised in church. You see? She was raised in church. You see? So we got to know each other. And then that began our connection. Our connection. Of me always rebuking him.
And him always coming and trying
Yeah. He would say, I got him. And he would come over and tell me, he had the Bible, he read the Bible. So I got you, Pastor Daddy, I got you. Because this says here, read the whole thing. And then I would say, I got you. You see? So, anyway, so that was like, this went on for how many years? Before you got 4 years. It's still going on. It's still going on. But I let him marry her anyway. Guess what? I would always be around him. You see? But anyway, so we started having good confrontations prior to marriage, because even Debbie came across the table and wanted to slap him silly, you know. And he was all shocked. At that moment, I had given up. But Debbie took over, right? Debbie took over. Here's a karate master coming across the table, like,
Yeah, but then she broke the ice by farting.
and then she farted.
Yeah, that was a funny thing.
She broke the ice. She broke the ice for you. See, up until
She broke more than the ice.
yeah, he's also experienced her when she's lost it and potting in her pants. So witnessed that too. So he came into the family real quick. He's part of the family, wasn't part of the family. So then he gets married. I don't have a happy face at the wedding. If you notice in all the pictures, I don't have a happy face. I don't have, it's like I was going to a funeral or something. You know. And the only time that I did smile was after I bounced some man and wife and all that stuff. And I said, okay, fine, now she's not my responsibility anymore. Now she's your responsibility. You know. You feed her, you take her, you do all that stuff. You know, and he found out it takes a lot to feed her.
That's hard.
Anyway. But see, you guys are one. Remember, you guys are one. So anyway, but and then now that they've been married, it's been such a blissful time. It's been so much happiness going on. Forgive me, Lord, because I'm lying. Okay? But let me tell you one thing. Okay? If I was to do it over again and say, yeah, you can marry my daughter, right? I would do it. Because it's been fun. You know why it's been fun? Because he has grown. I've seen the growth. I didn't see it during the engagement. I thought, oh my God, you know. But let me tell you what happened. That woman right there had faith in him. And more than that, she had faith in God, in you. You see, all she had to do, like I said, one of the 28 reasons, the last one is what? Because of the life you lived before, you are a man who fears God. You know what fear is? Not that you're walking around trembling, crying, and all that stuff. You know what it is? You respect God. You came to a point in your life where you start to respect God. That's all God wants to do. I cannot walk your walk with you. Sammy cannot walk your walk with you. David can't, David can't. Right? But you can walk your walk with God. But you got to respect Him. You got to respect God. You see, that's the reason that people aren't going to make it to heaven, because they don't respect God. You see, it's hard to roast a person that you love, because we have formed that love with you. Like, you know, a lot of things happen today. My family let me down. Your immediate family, your dad let you down. But you know, life's full of letdowns. But we're never knocked out, never knocked out. We're knocked down, let down, but never knocked out. Knocked out. Remember that. You see, we're in a fight. And the biggest fight we have is our families. Some brothers and sisters in the Lord treat you better than your own family. You see. But see, now we get married to my daughter, like April 2, married my son. You're not my son. I told you on the phone. You're not my son-in-law. You're my son. And you're my daughter. You see. And this family's going to be close. They were talking about doing our own traditions of the Benitez family, the Guzman, and the Tomez coming in, you know. You're our family, Yeah, I'm part of the McKeon unit, but you're a part of the Benitez clan, you know. So, that was going to happen, you know. But let me tell you, right, in all the jokes and all that stuff, somebody's going to come up here and they're going to roast you some more, whoever wants to roast you, because you're a perfect example of a person to roast. If I was going to, you know, they roast a pig, you know, in Hawaii, you'd be the perfect example. You, you know, good size. You could live off that for about maybe 3 days. But that's the figuratively speaking. But you know, your love is good fun. It's not over. You see, I keep on telling you family that I'm gonna pass away, I'm gonna die and that stuff. But no, I want to see all my family be walking with God the way they're supposed to be, right? And I know I want to see my grandson, my granddaughter from you guys. One day, right, I'm going to see her or him, right? Don't ever lose faith that you're not going to have a child, right? You are going to have a child. They told us we were going to have a child, and then my new children standing right there, sitting right there, very full of food. You know, our family's going to get bigger, but it's only up to you and faith to get the family bigger. You see, no more. You know, I was thinking of on a family reunion. There's the Benitez, not the Benitez down the hill. You know, there's good McKeons and bad McKeons. Well, there's bad Benitez's and good Benitez's. You know what I mean? So if we can start, if you guys can get like maybe 7 kids, we can have our own family reunion. My Benitez. You know, so. Amen. That's all I got to say. Okay, God bless you. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. Okay, don't have to be in order. Just whoever wants to come up.
And it don't even have to be a rose.
Yeah, just
Faith?
Give us
a story.
Go ahead, Faith.
My brother.
I'll do it.
Oh, but you're gonna cry, no.
I'm gonna come beat this guy up right now. No. I just want to say I love you, Angel, and that 28 years, you've come a long way.
That's a record.
A lot with Angel. And I know that he was meant for my daughter. You know, ever since she was the age to date, she always had to, the boys always had to ask her dad to go out with her. And I mean, a lot of us were like, they didn't understand that, and Angel was the same. It was like, why do you have to ask permission? You know, either you want to go out or you don't. That was their opinion. You know, but he learned how we were. We were a very unusual family, he said, the way we saw things. And I just remember that when he met her at the church, I right away saw him at the front. And I was the one who said, Faith, look at him, you know? And she's like, he'll never notice me. And I said, no, you know?
He notices me too much.
It turned out that they went to things together at the church where they always ended up together, and different encounters where God put them together. And he went to a Disneyland thing with her through her job, and I remember he was on the phone talking to some other girl, and he came to the Disneyland because she invited him as one of her guests. And I'm standing there thinking, would this guy just get off that phone? Forget about whoever he's talking to. Pay attention to my daughter, you know? So I kind of saw him before her, you know? But as the relationship continued to grow and everything, there was obstacles in the way, different things that happened and occurred. And I used to always tell him, do you love my daughter? Do you really want to marry her? The marriage was postponed 3 times. And a lot of people felt, you know, that we had too much of an influence in their lives, and that they were supposed to make their own decisions for themselves. But that's the way God put it. God put, you know, not too many in-laws can get along. Okay, a lot of them more than get along don't get along. And I just thank God that we do have that relationship with what he's been through with Art and what Art's put him through. He's been able to overcome it all. When he's run out of the house angry and upset, he's always come back.
Or pounding the table.
Yeah. The last time I told him over on Highway 18, our house over there, I told him, do you want to marry my daughter? Just tell me that one thing, you know. Because if you don't want to marry her, you can get out now and let her go on with her life. He left for 30 minutes and just walked. He came back and said he did. He wanted to marry her. So I thank God. And the funniest thing I remember about Angel is down the hill. Down the hill. We had just had this horrendous argument in the house. Horrendous argument.
Those are just conversations.
And he cried. very timid.
You're doing very well.
And then he turned me into a monster. But what happened was so funny because we were so upset, and then he began to cry afterwards, feeling bad, saying that he was feeling so unworthy to be in such a holy home. And we just all started busting up laughing because after everything that just happened, you're saying holy home. I mean, we just had the worst argument, and we didn't act holy at all. Yeah, it was just the funniest thing because the way he saw things. And I just thank God for Angel because God has brought him a long way. He's come a long way. He's had a lot of obstacles that he's had to deal with in himself, never feeling that he could accomplish anything. And he's a truck driver making good money, full-time overnight job. Yeah, he's doing very well. He's taking very good care of our daughter. And he has become the man that God wanted him to be, and is still becoming the man God wants him to be. He's still going to grow a lot more. And we have things that make us fall and stumble in our walk with the Lord. But the thing is that we get up, and Angel always gets up, and he goes forward again. And I thank God for you, Angel, and I love you.
Amen.
She made it through.
I was fighting
She made it through. Becky, you made it through. She finished.
I want to wake up. I feel like I'm going to cry already.
Rich.
Sammy.
Nuts. Alright, here we go.
You know what? You think it's mine, right?
I remember Faith's first two boyfriends, right before
Oh, we have names for all of them.
Angel. I remember the first guy she brought home from Disneyland was missing a few teeth. Now we were like, wow, Faith, you really wanted a boyfriend. You really wanted a boyfriend. You didn't notice that? He was missing a few teeth right in front. Then the next guy she brought home from Ibiza's, he had no neck. He was shaped a little oddly. He was kind of a big guy, not as tall, but he was kind of big.
Kind of portly.
And he just had no neck. Alright, okay, so no teeth, no neck. And then Angel came into the family, and everything seemed normal for a while. And then all of a sudden we started getting to know about him more. He started telling us, we found out he was missing some body parts. So she went from no teeth, no neck, to one ball. I'm like, wow, you don't really know how to pick them, Faith. At least that one can be covered up, thank God. At least that one can be covered up.
No one will know.
No one ever knows, but in some seriousness, I'm really glad that Faith and Angel met when they did. I met him before they even met each other, I think. We got introduced by Dolly, just kind of like passing by Chris Shepherd. And I remember that day, which is kind of weird. I remember meeting him, and then I don't remember how long it took after that for them to actually meet and start going out. But it's kind of weird how that took place. But I'm glad that they met, and it's been what, like 8 years now. 8 years you guys have been together. And you know, I never had a brother, so he's like literally my big brother. Literally. But then again, everyone's bigger than me. But, happy birthday, Angel, and we're really glad to have you in this family.
Amen.
Anybody else? Zachary, Richard. I have a feeling Richard has something to say. Okay.
Why don't you guys talk on the dance floor and battle it out today?
Too full.
You got your cake.
I'm rusty, so.
I went anyways. They say you only roast the ones you love, so this is going to be real short. Not the quote, by the way, that's just me. What can I be said about Angel? Angel has grown a lot. I've known him 4 or 5 years or so, probably longer than that. 7, that's quite a long time. And just his growth, the way he would always talk about faith, like, yeah, I love faith, this is that. Okay, I think I've met her. I think I met her at the dinner party one time.
Yeah.
I just knew, like, yeah, he definitely married her. Wait till he talked about it. So he definitely married. And even with all the obstacles that you guys went through, going back and forth with always back and forth, like, just the fact that you guys stuck it out is a big inspiration to me. You know, even when me and his mom, that was a big heartfelt moment for me. She was all like, Zach, you take care of Angel, and you know, I did my best. I don't know, we think I did a good job, but anytime he was to talk, I was there for him. She goes to Victorville, and I was all like, oh, it's not Victorville.
Oh, yeah.
And she was all like, hey, Zach, Angel's mom is Sammy. It was a surprise. We didn't know she was coming. And then I think he introduced me. He was all like Mom is the same best man. I've been down at the meter, I hugged her. She's like, you take this Angel. I went, I'll do my best. And then he came to a community scholarship. We talked about some of the struggles that we're going through. I was encouraging, you know, let know something that I learned spiritually, help him grow, and whatnot. And I'm just happy that he's at this point, 2.5 years married. I'm very proud of you, man. Very proud of you, bro. That's hilarious. I'm just very happy that he stuck it out, because a lot of men don't stick around when things times get hard. But the fact that he did is lets you know that one thing, he'll be a great husband in years coming. He'll be a better husband, continue to grow. And also with that, with great mentors like Mr. Benitez, he'll be a great father as well. So that's it I have to say, but very proud of you. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see you guys. Be a happy family. So happy birthday and much love.
You want your mustache, right?
He's coming.
Well, it's kind of hard to kick, so it's not really messy.
Sammy, you say?
You want to speak, Sammy?
Anybody else?
Come on, Jesus, go ahead, come on. You're an outlaw.
I always had an outlaw.
Come on, you need his
Go
boldness.
ahead and go. So I can
You need
put
his
it in the
boldness.
trash. And then I'll
Go ahead.
Or anybody else?
You're part of our family.
Or April's one of them.
I know. Shy is about to leave. We're not shy. We're not shy.
That's an echo.
I know. No, I would like to say, I mean, Angel's been a good.
You said Angel. I was planning that one.
Well, anyway.
This is a great moment. You just got to win.
No, I say, I remember Angel. I remember how they used to talk about Angel. Every time in the break room. Does he really like me? Does he like me? I don't know. Does he talk about you? I guess he does. And I remember that one time she got stranded at the church with her car. And he's like, what am I going to do? I'm like, who's there with you? Well, Angel's here. Like, well, maybe he can be there waiting for you. And he did. Like, oh my God, he stood there, we talked, and I'm like, oh my goodness. But I got tired of everything. But, no, but like I said, I've been hearing all the problems. I was there, living there at the time. I heard everybody's back and forth. But it's good that they did get together. I mean, they're a great couple, they're funny. I mean, they're not shy around each other. You know, it's crazy, but. But like I say, Angel's a good person. He's a good husband to Faith. He's always been there for her. You know, I mean, he has his ups and downs. He doesn't in relationships, but you know, God knows our problems. God knows what our life hits. So, like I say, Angel's a good person, and happy birthday. You know, we love you. My son loves you. You know, you can't say it, but we love you. Do you say something?
You can talk about Theo?
Tell us something.
Tell him happy birthday.
And he played tennis with you, though?
Yeah, he always takes it.
You feel me? He's very
I understand.
Hold on, finish back. 5 seconds, you got it.
It's been
30 seconds.
hours.
30 seconds, you got it. 5.
5 seconds.
It's hereditary. Let's talk.
I don't know what I can say other than that I love him. You know, it took a lot to plan this party, but it was all worth it. I don't care that the people we invited didn't show up, because the people that matter are here. We have our best friends, and we know that they can always be here for us. And this has been our family, but we have 2 extended family now, to be exact. I know you were very disappointed about your dad. Your family, but the ones that matter here, and this was all done for you today, because I love you and I appreciate everything that you do for us. And everything that I put on that board. You know that you surprised me so much. Something you thought you could do, you do every day. And I just appreciate you who you are. You know how much, you've grown, and not just you, but me too, because I haven't been an easy person to be with.
Did you like me?
But you always put me before you. You put me ahead of you. And that's right. I wanted to do this for you no matter how I knew it was going to turn out. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. We have our plans, but God, determines the outcome of it. And this is what He wanted today, because He wanted to show you who your family was. He's here for you, who loves you. And I'm just amazed by, from where you come from. When I first met you, hardly working, you weren't, a full-time worker, you worked, I think, just on the weekends at R3. And you were going to school. You didn't really know what you wanted to do, and you just, went from, you got better and better, in your work. And I just remember when you told me, when I told you, oh, why don't you be a truck driver? And you thought you couldn't do it. And I remember just giving it to God and just saying, I won't bug about it no more. I'll just, let it go and, pray about it if it's meant to be. And then I found out that he just went and put in a 3rd application. And they ended up picking him up, and God had timed it so perfectly. And he came home crying to me every day during his training because he thought he couldn't do it, and he didn't know how to drive a stick shift, and he just felt like he was gonna fail at it. And he had put all his chips in, to this job, and now he didn't know if he was gonna be able to do it. And I remember God proved faithful to him, even, in spite of our unfaithfulness, because he gave him that job, and he passed his test the first time. He passed his driving test the first time, even when he messed up and they shouldn't have given it to him. They told him, step out of the truck, gather yourself, and get back in the truck. And he did it. He did it. And now every day he's driving a truck for 12 hours, and he, is tired, but he does it. And we were watching a movie we watch movies a lot. We watched The Raisin in the Sun. She was talking about measuring a man. You don't measure a man because the sister was mad at her brother, and she said, there's nothing to love about him. He's not my brother because he had let her down. And many times, we've both been let down in our marriage with each other, and we've made mistakes. But you don't measure a man by that mistake. You measure him by how many times he gets up and keeps going. If he falls and he makes a mistake and he gets up, you measure him by the good things he does, the times he gets up and he keeps moving forward. And that's how Angel is. I measure him by that, not by what the world says. Oh, you should measure him by, look at how many times, what you went through to get married, what you've gone through in your marriage. Not how to tell my best friend, marriage isn't easy. It's not what you expect it to be when you're growing up like this beautiful thing, that you're always going to be happy. We have our bad days, but at the end of the day, we measure each other by what we see each other get up from. And I've seen him get up from a lot. And he's a strong man. And I'm happy that even on our worst days, I'd rather be like Luther Vandross. I'd rather have bad times with you than good times with someone else. I love you. I'm just happy to have this day for you. We're all not going to baby talk. We're past that.
Remember that one time? Yes.
Baby talk to each other. No, we're past it.
We told you guys, hey, is it normal for a couple to baby talk? And you're like, yeah, that's normal. So we gave you a little example. BJ,
Oh, yeah.
You guys lost it.
Classic.
No, that's not normal.
That was classic.
That was
You're
not
constantly doing that, but that's the thing. That's dating time. Once you get married, it's like
It's a cupcake phase. That's
It was like, shut up.
you're not happy baby time. You're not love baby time.
Yeah, we got that good meat.
You the issue, Sammy? You the issue?
First time I've seen Angel was a good shepherd. I think I was with you, Debbie, and Faith. And Debbie, he was in front of me.
Yeah.
So I was, you asked me what I thought of him. And the thing that really got me was he was praising God. He had his hands so high, I thought he was going to hit the building, in there. He was just praising God. That's what really excited me, that he was worshiping God. He wasn't ashamed. That he was in faith, I think he was. And I says, well, I don't know in faith. I
But I
says,
have my gun.
and I have my 45 and my 357. So if you need help, I'm there. So anyway, I saw him growing, I saw the growth in him. He helped me move that one time from Victorville. We were, that's where I started keeping my eye on him. So I kept watching him. I says, Faith, is he treating you okay? Is he treating you good? Because I did that to everybody, So I says, he seems like a very nice guy. I told him finally, I says, yeah, I like him. He's a very nice guy. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. And, but anyway, he turned out to be a very good man that I've seen him growing as he's been constantly by art a lot through the time that he was going with faith. And I see a lot of growth coming to him as he gets into the Word. I know he loves God, and like I said, I knew he loved God by the way he worshiped. He was just great praising God. And he wasn't ashamed.
Nope.
Just like you.
Yeah.
So anyway, brother, I love you.
Amen.
That goes for me too.
Ditto.
Ditto. I was right there. Ditto.
There you
There
go.
we go. Like, I'll get everything.
You get a.
Where's your remote for your camera so you can?
It's already on, I don't need to. I guess I've noticed a little growth. Over the last, several years, and that's just the last 20 pounds. But I remember I guess it was probably the first time Angel came over to our house. One of the first things Dad and I did was bring out the guns to show him, and he's sitting there looking at Faith like, oh my God, are they serious? So, we wanted to make, known that, if you didn't take care of Faith, what you'd be facing. But, you've changed my niece. For some reason, this child all of a sudden is in love with things like a nose. I think, you've been a little bit of a bad influence on her. She doesn't love your whole face, your big muscles. The girl loves your nose. What'd you do to her?
She shot me too.
She posts things on Facebook like, oh, I just want to bite my husband's nose off. Really? Oh no, too much information here, But in seriousness,
That's the baby talk.
despite all the hard times you guys had, getting used to each other, you having to get used to your father-in-law and your twisted little mother-in-law there. You stuck in there, you did what you had to do to get things accomplished, and you became part of a family, not just the little Benitez clan, and when I say little, I mean little because they're all short. But you became part of the McKeon family, which is of course, the mighty McKeons, we're tall, we're
Mighty Titans.
but, you managed to do what you had to do, and, we're proud you're part of our family. Happy birthday.
You got more?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. John, I know him to you, Mr. John. And she is John. And Mr. John. She's Mr. John. And Mr. John. And I'm sorry. And Mr. John.
Is he talking in tongues?
Yeah, he's talking in tongues there.
No, she's not the only one. You got a ditto from the old lady.
Yes. Give us a clue.
I mean,
You don't have to, bro. Let's just watch.
Alright, so I'm gonna make this sweet and short because I am a woman of a few words.
Very few
Oh, really? Wait, we missed out the word teach.
I remember Faith called me. I was driving and she told me, guess what, I'm gonna get married. I'm like, what? When did this happen? You never told me I had a boyfriend. You never told me what his name was. I didn't know anything about him. And then you told me you want me to be your maid of honor. So I was like, that's too much. Then I met him and I'm like, okay, he's a cool guy. Really tall. Really tall for you.
So now it just comes out.
I've seen how you guys love each other. That's awesome. I'm really happy for you both. You've been married for, 2 years? Right. I'm very happy for you guys. I'm glad you guys found each other and you guys make a really cute couple. Yeah. So happy birthday.
And you're next.
No tears.
You're next.
Tears.
I know at the engagement's over. Just all.
I was telling you that I was thinking about that. I worked today. I was surrounded with go back. I was thinking about how she cried and I just started laughing. And customers were thinking like, oh, like what's wrong with this?
They were probably just thinking, oh, Walmart. So you were surrounded by go backs.
You guys more. You guys more. Go.
And Mr. John, he does that, Mom. And
Okay, Angel, your turn.
Next. Angel's next.
Alright. I gotta put my hat backwards for this one. Alright.
Over the top. Okay.
I know where it's at.
Mommy's right.
I want to thank everybody. I know this is really my family. I know I have other family members that I gotta keep praying for and just expect of what's to come. If we have an event, still be nice, send the invite. If they show up, they show up. They don't. But I want to thank everybody once again for coming up here. YouTube, coming all the way from down the hill.
It's worth it.
I came from the mall, man. I drove all the way from the mall.
5 miles, Sam. Okay, 5 miles. But like I said, I want to thank both of you guys for coming all the way up here. And I want to thank the family that brought me in, took me in, showed me what's right, what's wrong. And I just want to tell you guys I love you. Now, what I'm going to do is my roast
Oh.
on you guys.
We said something.
The first person.
Damn.
No, first person was my father-in-law. When I first met Brother Art, and I found out that he was a pastor, I kid you not, the first thing that came to my mind, Faith has a PhD. Papa has dough. He's a pastor. He has money. Okay, I can get into this. I can get into this.
Let it go right here.
But then after a couple of months, I found out that pastor was broke. So anyways. Pastor's getting attacked, so I'm like, oh Lord, help me. What did I do? What did I do? And then, my mom. I used to call everybody, I used to call everybody Mama. But you are my mom. When my mom passed away, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna miss her. I don't know if I could replace her. But over the years, past 2 years, I have really looked at you as my mom. I love it with all my heart. I tell Faith, you know what? Mama's funny, Mama's silly. Mama's a little ditz, but that's my mom.
We all be mad. Pull that hair down.
And then now Sam, oh man. I remember the night. I remember that night that, it was Dolly that introduced us. It was on a Thursday or Sunday, and he was rapping. He was doing one of the songs. Not knowing that, I was going to be his brother-in-law. But I went up to him, like, wow, man, your song, was really, inspiring and everything. And I was like, man, it's really good. And then all of a sudden, we started playing basketball. I mean, we have so many memories together. We have basketball wars. There was, I think, one time you guys were living in Cheyenne, and there was like a little fight between us. And you came. Oh yeah, it was us four. We were in the kitchen in Cheyenne. You came from the room. You sat down. You're like, I'm gonna say this really calm. You were that really intense. Like, oh, he's gonna go off. He's gonna go off.
I don't remember what he's gonna say.
No, but you were just saying, the things I just remember was you were breathing heavily. I'm like, man, this guy's gonna just either pick me up or do something or smash my face or get into a big old fight. But we have good memories. We have good memories that will always be on my heart. And April, good woman. Good woman. She loves her little mijo right here. She loves her little mijo.
April.
Yeah, there was no. And you spoke really well. I'm gonna encourage you, don't ever think you will speak up. Don't ever think like, oh, who's gonna talk back, behind my back. Speak it. Say it. I've seen you do it. I've seen you. Keep doing it. The McKeons. Sunny and Esther and Everett. Oh, I wish Everett was here. Him and I, we joke around. We joke around. It's nothing serious, but we always joke around. But love you guys. I love you guys. You know, no matter what happens, I love you guys. You guys always have my back. You brother, you always sit me down, talk to me about the word. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I always.
He has guns. He has guns.
No. No, I wasn't saying nothing bad. I wasn't gonna say nothing bad.
His hesitation, they got us.
I know, like, no, there's no hesitation. No, like, trying to talk tonight. On Mildred. I don't got nothing to say bad about you. I don't got nothing.
Okay, well, say something good about you.
What? Yeah, because they interrupted me. Whenever you need a tall person, you call me.
Whenever she needs
Need
a
a short person, I call
dark
him.
party,
Yeah.
short dark party, she calls him.
Yay, look at this.
I hate them.
Richard, I love you, dude. I will never hold back on telling you what's in my heart, good or bad. Always remember that. I can tell you, if you come to me and tell me I have a situation, I'll tell you A or B, good or bad, whatever. Remember that.
Yeah, even when it's about getting a moped.
Even about the moped, I want you to invest in that moped, but it's your decision.
Did you see my fat butt on a moped?
That would be hilarious. Instagram that.
I would.
Now my beautiful wife. You are spoiled, rotten.
See,
You are spoiled.
You were the one that spoiled her.
But I'm not gonna blame nobody.
And now he's spoiled, so he made it.
I made this. I love you. This was beautiful. 10 years ago, my mom did a birthday party for me. Now my wife does. And I love that. I love it. I can't wait for this coming up year, whatever the Lord has for us. I'm predicting Hawaii next year for.
I'm predicting a bottle of vodka to keep Faith calm on a flight to Hawaii.
Whatever gets her on that plane.
Whatever works.
I'll clean if I have to.
Put it this way.
Sammy, sure.
Mike will work. Mike will finish it up. Finish it knock you out, Mike.
But I love you. We have, oh man. I have memories I can tell you guys. But the rated R, that's all I gotta say.
We're all
The
of
rated
age.
R, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
We're all of age for it all.
I know that, but it's to the extreme that I can't say it. I can't.
They better be after marriage with.
Yes.
What? No, I heard somebody.
He said it better be after marriage.
It'll be strict with the yard.
Oh, okay.
Strict words.
But don't worry, I'm not gonna say it.
357.
No, don't worry, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But we have memories.
It'll be.
We have memories. I love you, and I can't wait to have our little twerk of our own one day. But I love you guys. Thank you for everything.